welcome back to another episode of Apothekerry. I am so excited to be here with you guys today. We're just clearing the space. We're burning some mugwort and Palo Santo, and we are here today with a lemon verbena. Now, lemon verbena has such a strong scent. I have her surrounding the driveway, so when you pull up, you will smell her beautiful aroma. I think it's important when you have your domain, your home, that you have scents in there that people can smell the moment they step out of their car and they put their foot on the earth. You want them to have an experience. I want to have an experience. Every time I'm going in and out of the property, I want to get out of my car and be able to just dive into this yumminess. And so lemon verbena is wrapped around the driveway. We've got beautiful bamboo and some big, huge Gerber daisies and some other herbs, but we're here for lemon verbena. And the reason why I wanted to showcase her today is because she is going off everywhere on the property. I also have her planted on the chicken run, so the chickens can feel the benefits from the lemon verbena. The lemon verbena will go in and she just knows how to dance with you. She just helps support your nervous system, and she also just makes you feel alive. And that is one thing that I just love about the lemon verbena. As I'm walking up to the pool, I will go visit her. She's just, 5 to 10 feet away from the stairs going up to the pool. I will touch her leaves. I'll even take a leaf in between my fingers and I'll just rub on her and smell her. And this leaf will stay with me for most of the day because it's such a gift, I have been harvesting her. I started harvesting her over a week ago. I cut her back and she literally just grows back. I have her in a big, huge pot on my balcony. I have her, like I said, on the chicken run, the driveway, and we have a couple other spots. Whenever I see lemon verbena starts, I will support our local growers and I'll pick up a few more and I'll just go ahead and put them in the gardens because she's just so beautiful. When she's in bloom, you'll see her like we have her here. If you are seeing me on YouTube or Spotify, you can see these beautiful little tiny white flowers. And then some of the flowers have already started turning and drop their little flower seeds. And you also can put her in your water. Today I have her in my water because I did take some of the leaves off of the stems because I didn't want them to rot inside the water. I don't waste anything, which I really want to get into. When I see yellow leaves, that is not something that I will consume, but I will put her in a 5-gallon bucket when I see the yellow leaves. Any of the herbs, the mint and the lemon balm and the rose, I will put in a 5-gallon bucket for the chickens. And then once they dry out, I just crunch it up and I top my girls' boxes after I clean them. And I just sprinkle lavender and lemon verbena and lemon balm and mint and rose petals and whatever else herbs that they can benefit from, I go ahead and I put in their boxes. I also put herbs in their ice blocks. Yesterday and the day before was a 2-day detail on the chicken coop. And I gotta tell you, it was dirty. I let it go a little too far, a little too long. But that's okay. I don't beat myself up for it. I got out there and I started scraping the boxes and all the perches and just scraping all of their poop because their poop is pure gold to me. I'm building a huge compost pile to have ready for next year's spring for gardening and for topping stuff off. And I have a 10 by 20 by 3 feet deep. And so yesterday I was taking let's see, they were like 20-gallon buckets out, and I took out probably 22 of those buckets out of the chicken coop, and I scraped all of their poop into these buckets, and then I brought them into the nursery. Sometimes I was holding 2 buckets at a time because, you know, I got to get these guns bigger. You know, when you get older, your arms start to get flabby, and I'm like, I got to do something about it. And I'm not a gym girl. I am a farm girl. I work out with large barrels of wheelbarrows of me just pushing the wheelbarrows. And if I'm going up a hill or down a hill, I'm constantly pumping it. I'm just pumping it. I'm squeezing, you know, my tush, and that's how I work out, really. So taking these buckets, they're heavy, you know, we've got straw hay in there, we've got wood shavings, we've got their poop, and then we have I landed a gold mine in the corner where the water is. I lifted their water up, I took their floater out, and I started scrubbing the bucket, and I looked and I could see worms and bugs, and so I started digging with my hands, and there were, I'm not talking about hundreds, there were thousands of worms in this one corner. So I took it down about 2 feet, and of course it's still hot. I still consider that hot because it hasn't been sitting there, especially the first, you know, foot. Still hot from them pooping there and, you know, drinking their water. Sometimes they poop in their water, and I'm constantly dumping their water out. So you would not want to put that on any of your plants right now. You're going to want it to sit. So I did put it in the one corner of my compost, my 10 by 20, and I just know that that's going to be ready sooner than everything else. But all of that compost, everything that I scraped out and took out of the chicken coop, went on top of the leaves and went on top of all the weeds. Nothing goes to waste here. I'm telling you, that is going to turn into incredible compost, and it's going to save me hundreds of dollars. So I'm not going to have to truck in compost next year. And every year I order less and less compost or incredible yummy soil. And my soil is just so beautiful. Everywhere I turn, I put my hands in the earth and I see all the worms, I see the ecosystem. So I'm doing something right. And so that was really satisfying after I got that done. Now, mind you, when I go out there, I've got the speaker on. My girls know what's up. They know that mommy's coming and she's going to be doing something. But normally I go into the nursery or I work in an area. And so I put the speaker down, and it was a hot day yesterday. And so, you know, half of the chickens are out on the run. And as soon as they see me, they come running down the tunnel. And the reason why there's a tunnel is because this 10 by 20 compost pile that I was telling you about, that's where the chicken coop used to be 2 years ago. And the chicken coop, and I've talked about this in other episodes. Let me take a quick sip. I swear it never fails. Every time I come out here to film, I get dehydrated, and it's so hot. It's 90 degrees here today. So I'm sweating. I don't know how this podcast is going to turn out, but my editor's amazing. Because I tend to like to think before I say something, and she's just so amazing. She just has me show up looking awesome when there's times where I'm like sitting and thinking, what am I going to say next? And it just all flows, and I bless her soul for making me look good. But I just wanted to say that, you know, it's so satisfying going in there with the music and seeing the chickens run toward me through their tunnel in their new, you know, chicken coop. And it's not new. Trust me, I am manifesting and I'm desiring a cutting edge chicken coop to go back where the chicken coop was. But this time, since I am now utilizing that as a compost area, I do want to elevate and put the chicken coop up. So there's going to be, you know, 5 or 6 stairs going up to the chicken coop. It will be on stilts, so I can still have access to their droppings and to continue to create that ecosystem. So that's never going away. That was the beauty of that chicken coop, getting chopped from the bottom, from the foundation, and moved over by 10 feet is that we realized that there was seasoned compost in there, and we got truckloads out of it. So it was amazing. So anyway, I'm walking down there and I've got the music on, and I tend to listen to house music when I'm on the land, and I was playing that, and you know, the roosters, they start bobbing their heads. They really love the music, and they love watching me. You know, they just sit there and they just love it, you know. And it was a hot day. And so after I got cleaning out all of the boxes, now it's time to power wash. And so I'm power washing. And let me tell you, that stuff is dripping everywhere. I'm cleaning the roof because they have a little bit of a sunroof. With clear galvanized roofing in one part of their chicken coop so the natural light can get in there. And I was just cleaning everything, all the spider webs. It's so important. If you are a cowgirl out there, or if you're a chicken mom, no, you got to get the spider webs because you just don't know. Black widows are out there. You don't want those in your girls' boxes. You don't want them getting bit. So it's really important to make sure that you're spraying them down, get them down. I decided to use cold water yesterday. Could have hooked up the hose to warm water or hot water if I wanted to, and I'll use warmer water in the winter when I want to clean their chicken coop out again at the end of fall. I normally do another clean out, and I'll use warmer water, and they'll appreciate that. But I was spraying the chickens, and honestly, they were just standing there loving it. I felt like they were just little kids just sitting there watching mommy, and mommy was spraying them with cold water, and you could see their beaks. They're not breathing as heavy. I was changing out the water every couple hours because of the hose gets hot, which is something that I need to really work on, getting that hose underground so it's not being, you know, affected by the sun. And so putting ice cubes in there. And then I also make these beautiful, I take the round cake bins that you use to make a bundt cake. And I don't know why it's leaving my frame of mind of what that's called, but I use 2 of those and I put in vegetables, or I buy a big, huge bag from Costco of the Kirkland brand organic vegetables, and I put that in there. And then I also take fresh cuttings, I take roses and all kinds of different herbs. But in the summer, when they're under stress, I will put lavender in there, and you just put it in their water, a separate, not in their trough, but in a separate little area where you have your ice cube water where they could get in it and cool down their feet. And they just peck at it, and they just will sit there and peck at it, and it just puts their nervous system at a calm. Because during hot season, especially this week, is going to be extremely hot. It's going to be in the 90s all week. You want to make sure that your girls are cooled down. You can also take bricks and put them in, you know, like maybe a 4 to 6 inch depth large bowls, and you can put ice cubes in there. You can get ice bricks. You can put regular bricks in there with ice, and they like to step on the bricks because it cools down their feet and it cools down their body, which they will continue to lay eggs. I have no problem having eggs during this time if you are on top of it. If you're not on top of it, their egg production will start to slow down. Even you'll go into their boxes and you'll get maybe 1, 2 eggs. So just remember that, you know, they're important too, and it's all energy. Every egg that you intake into your body is energy. And so what is the energy? What's the conditions of that chicken? How are they being treated? A normal egg that you're buying in the store is at least 3 months old. So if you want fresh chickens, either have chickens, and if you can't have chickens, I understand that. Some people live in areas where they just don't allow it. Some areas do allow it as long as you don't have a rooster. Partner up with your local community groups on Facebook, and there's plenty of them out there. You can buy eggs locally from somebody that has eggs, that grows chickens. A lot of people sell the eggs You'll have beautiful colors. I think personally I have the most beautiful colored eggs. I have that farm blend. It's just beautiful. I love my olive eggers that give me that beautiful olive color. And I know this episode is not about the chickens and it's not about the eggs. I know it's about the lemon verbena. But talking about the herbs and knowing that they have more than one benefit is so important. And knowing that not only can you use it, and not only that you can have that aroma in your home, but what else? Think outside the box. A lot of people don't put herbs in their chicken boxes. Trust me. If you're a chicken mom or you're an influencer out there, they're putting the herbs in their boxes, and they'll buy these herbs in bulk just so their girls can have comfort and be treated kindly, and you will have abundance. And so the people that you can partner up with, ask questions. Are their chickens free ranged, or is it a huge run area for them? Are you turning, how are they being fed? Are they being fed organic? You can feel the energy from the person that you're purchasing the eggs from. You can get a feel of how into her chickens are, or is this just a business for them? Most of the chicken moms out there really take good care of their chickens, and I understand it gets stressful at times. Things get busy. It took me a minute to really do the deep detail in my chicken coop, but I did it. And, I got to cut myself slack. I've got a lot of moving parts with being a publisher this year, and my show filming every single week. And I just launched Microdosing Conscious Living, and I'm so proud of that series over on Instagram. And I'm just giving daily doses, a daily microdose to people, just taking a dose of living in conscious living daily. Taking one breath at a time, one moment at a time, and one experience at a time, stopping and smelling the lemon verbena, taking the leaf in between your fingers. And, she's a little rough right here on the top of her. The undercoat is smooth, but just taking her, and I'm feeling the little bit of the roughness on top, but her aroma, and taking that in and giving gratitude for this lemon verbena, that's everything. That's the magic sauce right there, is having gratitude. I live in a constant state of gratitude. Everything I am grateful for. I really feel like I am living in my dream right now. I mean, we're in Leo season. I have 5 placements in Leo, and my birthday happens to be on the Lion's Gate 8/8, and this is my time, and I know that I'm stepping into this power fully, unapologetically, and not really caring about the outside noise, and really spending quality time with myself and reflecting on everything that I do. Everything has purpose, right? And so lemon verbena, I will take her at night. Today, I have a lot of moving parts, and I'm supporting my nervous system. So by putting her in my water, I am just stirring her with my frequency charged anti-aging straw. I'm gonna take another sip in my filtered water. I mean, it's just so good. Just so good. And I'll go ahead and drink her and support my nervous system today, because I have a huge week ahead of me. But I'm taking each moment and am living for today. I'm not really thinking about tomorrow. Everything's planned out. Everything is going to turn out. I just have that frame of mind and mindset that everything is going to work out. And when you start retraining your brain that everything is going to work out, everything will work out. Just remember, if the job that you wanted doesn't come through, or the apartment or the house that you put an offer on, whatever it may be, it's because something better is already in the works for you. Always see the glass half full, and always know that everything is working out for you. So the benefits of lemon verbena, let's see, I have them jotted down. We talked about them being really just relaxing you, helping you come to a calm, traditionally enjoyed before bedtime. That is true. I do have sometimes in my bedtime mix, normally I will use lemon verbena towards the late, like in the afternoon. I will make a iced tea and I will put lemon verbena in there, and she'll just start, leveling me out. She really helps with your mental clarity and your mental health. And again, I'm not a doctor. I'm here for pure entertainment purposes. I like to let you guys know that on the regular. I'm always going to speak out of experience and the, research I've done. And you can always do your own research. I mean, the capabilities now with AI and with Google, you can easily go on there and ask any questions about any herbs. I always suggest you growing herbs that benefit your ecosystem inside your body. No matter whatever you're going through, grow what your body or the people who live in your home. Someone might have allergies. Mullein is a great thing to grow, but remember, it grows like a weed. And the second year, I believe, is when you start harvesting the mullein. And I highly suggest you to look up each herb to see if it's invasive. See if you have a contained area to grow whatever it is that you want to grow. Lemon verbena will become a big, huge bush. I mean, she is taking over. I think I have 4 or 5 bushes in the driveway. And she will start to hang over, and I put my bamboo poles in the ground and I do tie her back so she can stand up straight. And when she does that, she just loves it. She loves when her back is straight. You don't want her hunched over because it does put stress on her branches. So I try to get them as fast as I can, but you got to remember, I grow over 120. I don't even know how many herbs I grow here anymore, to believe it or not. I mean, I know it's way over 100. And so I'm just going to throw it out there over 120. And so I'm constantly, my fig trees, I can't even count how many fig trees I have to get that mealworm on there. So I'll hit all the fig trees, make sure I'm pulling their branches up. And, I'll take each species and work on that species in that area or all over the property. I am a true corporate hippie. I have herbs like lemon verbena growing everywhere. I do like bunch. I like to grow things in bulk. I just love the feel of it. I love the color palette of it. I love walking up and being able to harvest just in one area. But with something like lemon verbena with this scent, I want it spread all over the property so people can feel it. I can feel it. The people that live here can feel it. It's an energy. Everything holds energy. Everything holds frequency. So remember, whatever you're putting in your mouth, look at it. What is it? Vibrant color. I talked about this in my last episode. What is this doing for your body? How is it supporting you? Where is it going in your body? Don't just go on a trend. Don't go on something that somebody else, an influencer out there, might be talking about an herb and she makes it look so sexy, but maybe that herb you do not need. Your body doesn't need that support. It needs something else. Maybe you need to take down the inflammation in your body. Maybe you need more mental clarity. Maybe you need to take in herbs to calm your nervous system. Whatever it may be, do your research. And so I just want to say to you this. I am so grateful for all of you guys. I cannot believe how many followers we have all over the world. I just found out last week, 20% of our followers, 20% of our listeners come from India. I just thought that was the greatest thing ever. So hello, India. Thank you. Thank you for following Corporate Hippie Connection. Thank you for for going over and stepping into the portal of the Corporate Hippie Oracle magazine. We are the fastest growing magazine out there. We have the beautiful Marco Fuller on the cover. We have Jane Stewart as our builder. And next month is a special surprise because it's going to be a special edition that we will do every September. And I hope that my creative director and editor doesn't get a little perturbed with me that I just let that cat out of the bag. But then don't tell me because I just want to share it out. I want to share out this excitement of just so much goodness is happening. And so thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for loving on us. This really feels complete to me. And so it is. I love you so much. And I can't wait to see you next Thursday. I'll talk to you later. See you.